All right. Let's do this. Welcome to GM NFT Podcast. This is your host, Derek, and today we have some really interesting things happening in the Elrond space. We have a lot of different projects that are definitely making good progress in what they are doing. So today, I really want to touch on Worldwide Wine because tomorrow they are doing their pre-sale, and you should learn a little bit more. There's so much information on Worldwide Wine. It is kind of remarkable what they are trying to actually do. It is very limited in the amount of NFTs each year that they put out. It's going to be around 3,000. So watch for them, especially the secondary market. Be looking, and none of this is financial advice, guys. And I just want to let you guys know exactly what's going on in this space. Welcome. We are live, and we are talking Elrond NFTs. So with Worldwide Wine, they are doing a token with that. It's called Grapes. So if you look at their model, it's very interesting. It's pretty spread out right now. I hope they kind of get it into like a singular white paper place, or like something like that. That is something that could help the community more understand what they're getting into. If you do want to check out more of what we put together as a team, we have someone working really hard on this team, putting stuff together for you guys on our Discord. So pop on over to the Discord, go to at gmnfts.org, and you will find our Discord. Also, with Worldwide Wine, they have partnered with Elrond Trees. So that is pretty crazy. So they're giving some tokens for holding Elrond Trees for the wines. So that's kind of interesting how they're working together as kind of like a organic project, organic projects. So that's kind of cool as what I'm seeing. And there's so much to the Elrond trees. That's another one to be looking at. I'm pretty sure they're pretty cheap on the secondary market right now. I do not know if they are minting. Look into that. That is something that I am interested in. But right now, a lot of my focus has been towards the Nogan space and every NFT under that umbrella. Right now, I see a lot of good, and this is not financial advice, but good deals on lightning bolts around mint price. So that's one thing to be watching here in the next few weeks. What's going to happen with lightning bolts? I feel it's not going to stay at mint price for very long. I may be wrong. But what about that Nogans and Emitis? The new superheroes will be coming out in, I think, a few weeks. So be watching for that. That will be announced. You'll have your time to unstake your e-gold for that. We also had something really awesome dropped on the last podcast with the live Nogan creator and Emitis creator. They will be doing another collection, so watch that episode. You can find that on my wall. So that's another thing to be watching very closely, trying to get some secondary market snipes if you are capable of doing that. Let's see what else do we have on the agenda? We also have see, another one that I have not talked about on this space is be looking at validators. I know they are high, but be watching them. I know that they are part of the Nojin verse. They will be part of the Nojin verse, so that will be one thing to just be keeping your eye on. Definitely another one that we haven't heard a lot about, I don't know, is Brick Boys. So that's another one that I really want to kind of like outline the umbrella that's under these. Another one that's been doing really good is Meyer Punks. Meyer Punks have risen a little bit in value in the last few days, all the way from 0.7, and I even seen it at 0.69, all the way up to now almost 1 e-gold. So that was one thing I was expecting to happen, and I do not see that quitting. There will not be any more public buys, it looks like, for Meyer Punks. You will have to mine to get Meyer Punks, so I don't know if that is still the case. I still want to know more on that. I've been looking for the information on that. I will get back to you guys on that. I kind of asked my own question on this on this podcast, which is fine. I hope you guys do your research into every single project that you get involved in. Our e-gold is still precious. I know that the value has dropped a lot in the last few weeks to months, but it's still, it's still something that has not stopped working for us, even if the manipulation of the USD price or any currency that you use is happening. It's going to happen in the crypto space. We do have a lot of outside factors like the Federal Reserve and the government, which are supposed to be two separate entities but aren't, are making our crypto worth less money, and I see that too. Everything kind of works with ebbs and flows though, so nothing can just keep going straight up, and it's all about adoption. So we are on a pretty crazy adoption curve. We have broken some trends. I don't want to talk about crypto too much in like charts and stuff on this channel. This is an NFT channel, but we have broken some key support levels for e-gold. So if we can pop back up, then we can see that that was manipulation. But that has to do with NFTs and maybe how much we can get for our NFTs in e-gold. So if we did pop down lower, we might be able to get more e-gold for our NFTs. And that's another thing I want to outline, is that even once we do pop really high in e-gold value, it will come to the point where people are selling for less e-gold because it's a psychology thing. And that will be the time to buy if you have that e-gold to buy. That will be like the ultimate sniping, and once e-gold actually hits those higher levels. And as I see, e-gold being down is not a bad thing for me. I'll just keep accumulating if I sell NFTs, or if I just, I know that most of the ones that I try to buy are hopefully going to be worth more than I paid. I mean, that's all. We try to get into this space for that reason alone a lot of times, but the utility with some of them, that's a different thing. That some of it isn't shown yet in some of these NFTs. So just being patient and then watching what happens, who comes into the space, what partnerships these projects are making. It could be bigger than you honestly could imagine. So, right now we don't have that many people in the NFT space. We don't have the huge money in the NFT space. I do see bigger money coming in. It really looks like it, and I think it will astonish a lot of people once we actually have people eating up like 50 NFTs at a time on one. We kind of already seen that on Nogon for Nogons. Someone really crazy came in and started buying. That's definitely a for sure. Who that was, I think I kind of want to investigate, but I think there was a lot of new people coming in too. And another one I did want to talk about is Drifters tomorrow. That is one I did not want to miss. Drifters are doing their pre-sale tomorrow, and if you do have a Nogon, they are doing their snapshot. Probably did it before the podcast or around there. So if you hold a Nogon, you are safe to get a Drifter. But I'm sure you got to be fast and look for those snipes on the secondary. That's not financial advice, definitely. But what I want to say with Drifters, it will bring a lot of people from Ethereum over to Elrond. And people already see the value in Drifters in their first collection on Ethereum. So I would not, I don't mind them, and I am going to buy a couple myself. Definitely be transparent on that. I don't own any yet. I'm not, paid by anybody to do this podcast. I'm not sponsored by anybody but my own creations. So that's another thing. We do have 2 people working on this team that are working hard to give you the information every other day, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Weekends off, I will start doing a Saturday or Sunday. I will put a poll out to see who wants which day people want me to go live for the early morning podcast. I think a lot of people will be able to listen then. So I want to grow this podcast with you guys, and I see that we don't have a huge following in this podcast yet, but all this podcast is about education and what's going on in the space. And with that, we can kind of I'm taking a lot of what I see also and what I say from a collective from people. I try to be non-biased in everything that I am bringing to the table here. For instance, at first I was not really interested in the bolts. I wasn't interested just because, it wasn't something that I would buy at the time. So I did not go and buy anything, and I was resistant against it. But now that I see that there's like a gamification of bolts, that, the value of them could be different because you can actually use them in a real life situation almost as like a competitive factor or anything like that. That's something I always like to see. So that's why I kind of got involved with the bolts. I see that Meyerpunks just launched or they did their gamification post that they're gonna do with, I forget I'd have to look that up. They're gonna make a game, so Meyerpunks will be in a game. That's cool to see. It's good to see Meyerpunks on the rise. Hello Amanda, hello Feral Fish, hello Jay, hello JR, and call me Whiskey Crypto, call me Santa. All right. I'm glad you guys are in the space, and we here at NFT or GM NFT podcast try really hard here to give you guys what you need to know. There is still a lot of people that don't know what is going on in the space, and they are just buying stuff. Hey Whiskey Crypto, welcome. We have a few more people in here. This is going to be recorded, so if you did miss it, it will be recorded on YouTube and on Spotify. So if you guys want to catch that, I'll be posting it probably right after as soon as I can, on both platforms and on Twitter. But we're talking about Meyer Punks. We're talking about different NFT projects, drifters, bolts, everything going on Elrond. So there is a lot going on Elrond, and it is still very early. As I can see, there's not a lot of utility to a lot of these unless you're earning lockmechs. So it will be really cool to see the new, the like I said, the gamification of some of these NFTs will be immense and will add tons of value. And the demand is what we want and what we seek. But we want to try to get in before the demand, and we don't want to wait too long, I guess, unless you're liquid enough to be able to stay in hold an NFT. I don't want to be a bag holder of things that won't ever sell in the future, and I know everyone else is the same way. Unless you're just going to keep it forever because you like it, which I understand that too. I have those in my wallet, and I do understand that, but we are all playing a game here, and that game is our what we're using to play that game is sacred. It is something me and I've seen a lot of people take it for granted and sell, and not realize what e-gold itself just has the value for all of us. So we as people need to make the good decisions on these NFTs, because some of them are just pictures or just collectibles. But when it comes to like a real life scenario in the future of using these NFTs, that's what I want to look for. I want to be 60 years old, gray hair, still being a Meyer Punk, or or a Nogon, in the metaverse. I don't really see any other future for me. So I think everyone here is making pretty good decisions by their profile pictures. So I definitely want to get on your level sometime here, and want to hear what you have to say about NFTs on Elrond on this podcast. We will have an open question, or what we're doing, because we do have a lot more kind of brewing underneath this podcast than just sitting here talking. We want to do kind of what other people aren't doing right now in educating and having kind of like a staple in the Elrond space. I want to create degen souls to have something people can identify with, and I think that's what NFTs are for. They're like a self-identifier in this new world that we're going to be in. And I've been kind of just looking at my options here for the future, and it is bright, and any creator in this new future that we're about to enter is going to come out 100% better than the rest. And I mean, that's just creators in general. They always have. So get out there and create, guys. Like it is that time to get out there and create. And everything that I'm creating is going towards this podcast, and towards the people that are investing in whatever I create. So I just want to create a different world, kind of that can be what you want it to be, not just what I want it to be, kind of thing. So that's the angle I want to go here, and I want to get your input on different things that are going on in the space too. If you guys want to join our Discord and put your input in and give us maybe some insight that you have into something you see that we don't. Or you can go through our stuff and see what we've been posting. A lot of good information has come from Benjamin. He is from Romania. He will be on this podcast soon too. He's kind of just getting started in the NFT space like all of us, but he has done immense work already in the NFT space, and he's a little bit further than I am, in the doing the research, so that's one thing that Benjamin is a big help on this podcast. I want to give a shout out to him. He will be on soon. He is he says his English isn't very good, but it's pretty good for it's really good. So I'll have him on here. I wanted to give him a shout out because he's been really working hard for you guys in the background, and we are gonna start wrapping this podcast up. But I just wanted to touch base on a few things that we touched on since we have a few more people in the space. Tomorrow we have drifters and we have worldwide wine tomorrow. I think it's you might want to do more research, but it's going to be like next week or a week and a half, and they'll have their public sale. So just do your research. I do not have all that information in front of me. I did just want to talk more on just the basics of what I'm looking for in these NFT projects and why I touch on these NFTs. And I know that there's going to be some great utility out of the ones that we touched on today. Meyer Punks, bolts, that's lightning bolts. So look into it, do your own research, never trust but verify, and you guys all have a great day.